A single flaming hot Cheeto just sold for more than I paid for my car.
Yeah.
Yes, you heard that correctly. Somewhere out there, someone just secured their financial future with a spicy corn puff. Meanwhile, Topps and Takashi Murakami have teamed up again for a new Tokyo Series exclusive. A 1909 T206 Honus Wagner, the undisputed king of trading cards, is hitting the auction block, and the hobby is once again proving that reality has officially left the building. Welcome back to the hobby headquarters here at the Hollywood Rip Studio, the place where we talk about cardboard and used dirty jerseys like it's gold and question all of life's financial decisions along the way. I'm your host, Mr. Hollywood, and look who's back. Joe Nasty, fresh off his battle with COVID. At least I hope he's recovered. Otherwise, this is essentially just a live stream of me contracting COVID.
Could be good. Could be for the history annals, though.
For you guys, I can't lie. It would be. I've had COVID a lot.
A lot.
It'd be pretty funny. It would actually be pretty funny. I hope I don't get it.
You could go on YouTube and be like, "This is the point."
Yeah.
Where he looked at me.
I don't know that anyone's ever filmed live contraction of COVID.
Probably not willingly.
Yeah.
Or knowingly.
Exactly. But either way, we got a wild one for you today. So buckle up, take a sip of whatever you got in your hand. For us, that would be Celsius as usual. And let's dive straight into the biggest story of the week and the biggest shocker of them all, the Cheeto-zard.
Yeah.
The Cheeto-zard, of course, is a Cheeto in the shape of Charizard. It's a flaming hot Cheeto in the shape of a Charizard. Someone kind of created this custom Pokemon card display for it, and it is encased. The Cheeto was found several years ago, sometime between 2018 and 2021. It was kind of famous even when it was found. But this auctioned last night on golden.com for $87,840, including the buyer's premium. What else can you buy for $87,000? How about a brand new BMW M4 competition?
Okay.
3 Rolex Daytonas.
Okay.
Maybe 4 or 5 5-star vacations with first class airfare.
Oof, that does sound nice.
But you know what? Let's go get a single flaming hot Cheeto instead. Just one. I might go to Costco and grab all the Cheeto bags in the store after this one. People collect some weird things.
Right.
I actually think this is kind of cool because, let's be honest, whoever bought this is probably going to be the biggest flex of all time. And you know what is also going to be the biggest flex of all time?
When we do it.
Is when we pull our own Cheeto-zard out of this flaming hot Cheetos bag.
Here's the thing, though.
All right, baby. Are we going to pull the Cheeto-zard?
They all look, for the most part, like this. So how did that one end up like that? Here, this is interesting.
Oh, yeah. It could be that's like a Metapod or something.
Oh, that one's...
Hey.
That's...
Guys. Guys, look at this.
Is it a pseudo-udo?
He's got a little arm, too. Guess what? We've got the Cheeto pod, the Metapod Cheeto, and we've also got some kind of Pokemon that has its arm cut off.
This could be a Jigglypuff.
There you have it, guys. We're starting it. Oh, look at that neck.
A giraffe.
We're starting
a Loch Ness Monster.
I think we're starting a trend. Stop buying trading card packs and go buy packs of flaming hot Cheetos.
If you hold it up like this, it's like the water. That's the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah. But let's move on, and we'll probably...
Do I really have to sit here and with this in front of me?
No, you can eat it. You can eat it. Although the microphone will for sure pick it up.
Love that.
You got to chew very, very quietly. Topps and Takashi Murakami have announced an exclusive Tokyo Series partnership set.
Now I can't use my computer.
This is different than the base series set, which I talked about a little bit last week. The Murakami exclusive set is a 25 card set. You get the whole set when you buy one of these boxes, and there is one serial numbered parallel per box. Now you can pull Murakami flower parallels out of the base Tokyo series boxes, but they are limited to 10 each and are one in every 40 boxes or something. For those of you who don't know, Takashi Murakami is a Japanese contemporary artist who is very well known and famous for an array of art. He does painting, sculpture, fashion, merchandise, etc. Now, the big chase of this product is going to be a one-of-one dual autograph of Murakami and Otani on the same card.
Cool. Very cool.
Which I think is very, very cool. It will be, and I think it will be, one of the most sought-after cards of all time, I anticipate. Exactly. One of the most sought-after Otani cards of all time. I think it'll probably auction and go to Japan.
I would say the Japanese market's going to go insane.
Yeah, the Japanese market will go crazy for it. They're also releasing an apparel line to go along with this. Nike is doing MLB shirts, hoodies, and limited edition MLB jerseys that look fantastic.
Gorge.
They're doing pop-ups in Tokyo and LA this weekend, just a few miles away from here. I think these types of partnerships are really cool for sure. I love them, and I think they need to happen more often. And you know what? I'm gonna commend Topps on this one, because this whole one parallel per box thing, this box is only gonna be $120. And look, obviously it's gonna sell way more than that on the secondary market, but this is a huge improvement to the value proposition over, like, for example, that Otani 50-50 set or the 3x MVP set, which were like $260 a box and had one parallel on the entire box. So this being $120, to me, big improvement.
Yeah. I think more collaborations, more reimaginings are the way to go right now.
Yeah.
We're sort of in an era where, like, team logos are getting worse and worse, and they're like they're being made to, like, this is gonna be more of a rant than anything. But it's like, but you know, it's the era of where teams know they need logos that can fit on computer screens, right? Or like the ESPN app, and it's super tiny, so it needs to fit on there. And actually, especially for basketball teams, it seems like they're trying to make logos that can eventually be turned into a patch, so they can have the sponsorships.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the jerseys are gorgeous with the floral print and all that. I did not even realize, I've heard of Murakami. I'm not like I'm no expert, trust me. But I didn't know he did the Graduation album art.
He did.
For Kanye, which makes a lot of sense now that I see it.
It's iconic. I mean, that art's iconic.
It's one of the best album covers of all time.
That's prime high school for us.
It's
like prime.
Like driving to your home in my car listening to that is like truly like true 07. I mean 2015.
Yeah, like 06, 07. I used to have that shirt, that glow in the dark tour shirt.
Yes, exactly.
From before Kanye went crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like eventually everyone goes crazy.
He's on a different level. But so yeah, more collaborations, more reimaginings, I think. There's that really famous mural guy here in town. His name is Jonas Never. You would recognize some of his work. The Dodgers brought him in to do murals at the stadium. I think more stuff like that, more local artists, more local flavor being incorporated into projects is the way to go. And if you can put it in something, how was that one? Because you just destroyed.
Chewing softly.
That was a magic heart. I think it's really beautiful. More stuff like this.
Yeah.
If you're gonna reimagine stuff, if you're gonna overprice something, have it be something really sexy and cool like this.
If you're looking for a Weedle Cheeto, we've got a lot of Weedles.
To be fair, this could be what a Diglett looks like from below the ground.
That's true. You don't know what's below the surface on a Diglett. I don't think anyone wants to know what's under the surface on a Diglett. No, but let's keep moving on.
They're nasty boys.
And that is to a T206 Honus Wagner. That is officially for sale for the first time in a couple of years. This is the most famous trading card in the entire hobby, whether it's sports or TCG. This is the holy grail of trading cards. There's one right over there. It's not real.
I was gonna say, whoa.
No, that's
Keep the hot Cheetos away from it.
That's not a real one. That's a reprint out of, I forget what set it is. But the last one of these in PSA authentic condition did $1.97 million in 2023.
Couple Cheeto-zards.
Yeah, a whole lot of Cheeto-zards. It's being auctioned by Mile High Auctions, and the bidding is going to begin on March 7th. The top edge of this card is pretty jacked up, but they're just so rare, and in my opinion, it's gonna come down to if you have the money and you want this, you only get a handful of chances every decade, maybe, at one of these cards. So I think even that the top edge is kind of a little more scuffed up, maybe even than the last one that sold. For that reason, I see it doing over 1.97 because why not, right? They just don't come up very often.
No, this is the holy grail.
Yeah, it is.
Truly, like when you hear about anything car related, this is the one that gets talked about. So with that being said, I don't really care about the frayed edges or whatever. Like this is the type of thing where it's like,
well, look, if you need to get in,
right,
and upgrade the version whatever later, like some people just want to get in now.
I think it goes for. So it's 1.97 already, or before?
No. That's what it sold for last.
2.23. Book it.
I think that's a pretty good guess.
Okay, I thought so too.
I think it's a pretty good guess. We'll see what it goes for. But moving on to Caleb Williams, and I kind of glazed over this last week. I just kind of forgot to put it in the show, but I thought it was really cool.
The glazing is crazy.
Topps had a post of Caleb Williams signing some cards. A lot of people thought it was fake or some sort. I mean, it was kind of used as a promo or a commercial, essentially. But Caleb Williams has inscribed some cards. And, well, we'll just put them on your screen. You can check it out. But how about this inscription from Caleb Williams? Green Bay sucks.
Very blunt.
Yep. and this one as well, the best looking Chicago QB ever. A lot of people were like kind of put off by this. I think this is awesome. And I've talked about this before on this show. I think inscriptions are a hugely underused tool in the sports card world. I think we should have straight up inscription sets or sets that are based upon inscriptions, because inscriptions really just make things a little more unique. It adds the extra layer to the 1 of 1 or the numbered to 25 or whatever. Say that all the ones numbered to 10 or less have a unique inscription, right?
Yeah.
I think this is really, really cool, and I think there needs to be more products that have these types of inscriptions that are made into the product, not just because the athlete decides, oh, I want to be creative today.
Yeah.
You know? Any thoughts on it?
I do. Well, for Caleb Williams specifically, it's just like, if you don't like this, then you're truly just searching for a reason to hate on the kid, right? Because it's a lose-lose situation. He doesn't talk badly. So Green Bay and Chicago Bears are heated rivals.
Yep.
Don't you want him to not like the Packers? Like,
right.
or if he says something nice about, or if he doesn't talk down on the Packers, then it's like, not a true Chicago Bear. So it's like you really are just, it's fun, it's different. Like, again, this is what it's all about, like showing a little personality.
Right.
And I've been over here searching for the most, because you said the most best looking QB ever in Chicago.
Yeah, it's stiff competition.
I don't know if it is. I think Caleb's got it pretty easily.
You think?
Jim McMahon had that like crazy 80s thing going.
I wasn't thinking him.
Jim McMahon, but like for me that doesn't work. Like,
right.
Because it's the 80s were a weird time.
Yeah.
Jay Cutler, the people love.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Jay Cutler.
I don't remember.
Rex Grossman.
I'm looking up Sexy Rexy as we speak. Rex Grossman did go to a Super Bowl, which helps.
He did.
Grossman's not it.
Nah.
It's got to be Caleb.
Caleb or Jay Cutler? Put your choice in the comments below.
How did you feel about Kyle Orton?
I wasn't a fan.
Yeah.
Wasn't a fan.
Not as a player.
Yeah, no, also was not a fan. But let's keep moving to auction news. Here are the biggest auctions of the week, and I'll rattle them off. We'll see which ones pop out.
Yeah, let's do it.
A 2024 Panini Prism Caitlin Clark Black Gold Rookie. This was numbered 3 out of 5. In BGS True Gem 9.5 condition. Sold for $25,000 on golden.com. That's not even a 1 of 1.
That's pretty cool.
A 1999, there's a lot of nines in that. A 1999 first edition Shadowless Charizard in a PSA 10. That is the holy grail of Pokemon cards. Well, probably the Illustrator Pikachu is the Holy Grail, but this is like the mainstream Holy Grail.
Yeah.
Did $420,000 on Fanatics Premiere. Relative, a 1999 first edition Pokemon Booster Wrapper Roll. That's like an unused roll of the actual pack wrappers that they use to wrap these cards up. That sold for $57,000.
So it's like the foil.
It's the foil, correct.
That's odd.
Elly De La Cruz, his 2024 Topps Chrome rookie logo Superfractor did $50,000 on Fanatics Collect. And this one is probably the most interesting one. Do you remember when that little kid went to a Spurs game and Wemby saw him in the crowd, and after the game, he traded jerseys with this kid? And so there's a very famous picture. Well, I don't know if I'll say very famous. It was a very known picture. I'll put it on your screen now, where Wemby is holding this little kid's jersey, which is funny because it's like a foot and a half long.
Yeah, at least compared to
And this kid is holding Wemby's game used jersey, which is massive. But the dad of this kid decided to give this jersey to Golden to auction it, and it sold for $73,000. After it sold for $73,000, the father attempted apparently legal action to stop the auction. And to not have it go through because he regrets selling it for his kid. Maybe he thought it was going to get more. I don't know. I don't know what happened. But look, guys, if you're going to auction something, it's unless you're putting a reserve on it, it's gone, and you can't behave like this. It's just it is what it is. Like, you take that risk when you auction it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's like this is kind of core memory. Even if I'm getting paid $70,000 for it, I'm probably not auctioning it because this is my kid's jersey. It's not mine.
I think it's more like dad's buyer's remorse. Not buyers, obviously, but like
Seller's remorse.
Seller's remorse. Yeah.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you would not have this jersey if it was not for your child, right?
Basically.
So like, it's not my call.
Point blank. Yeah.
It's not my call to sell it.
Yeah. The price for the Charizard feels like a joke, right? Like it feels like it probably wasn't going to sell for that, but they're like, should we just bump it up so it's $420? Right? Like
I mean, this is way higher than anyone has ever sold. I think this is the first one to cross the 400,000 mark.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They were probably like 400,000. Do we make it 420? Like, yeah, let's do it. That's what it feels like from this. That's cool that Caitlin Clark cards are going for that amount of money. It seems to be climbing each time we talk about it.
Yeah. I think Prism WNBA is like crushing it, even compared with Prism NBA.
Did you see, they put UCLA versus USC, number 2 versus number 4 on Big Fox last night, which was very cool.
Yeah.
For the Big Ten title. The wrapper roll to me is kind of a weird one. And then people are really just like, I don't know. I know I'm a bit of a contrarian as it is, but like the Elly De La Cruz stuff right now it's odd. You know?
How so?
I know when you watch him, it's electric and it's fun, but he's also just really like, he's not really producing that much. He's a cover athlete and he's like getting major. I think a lot of this is people trying to get out ahead of it, right? Like for the, you could say quote unquote inevitable breakthrough, but the strikeouts are crazy.
It's wild.
And we've talked about it. Like stolen bases to me don't feel like we've slobbed on the 50-50, but it was the first time it ever happened.
Yeah.
Like now, if you're going back to Maury Will's stolen base numbers, which you're not, he stole 120.
Yeah.
You know, it's different with the pizza boxes. And so I just feel differently. I don't know. The Elly De La, and especially for a guy who seems like he's going to get moved off the shortstop position anyways.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but it's also, you know, it's the only player that can. We were also amazed at Acuna's 40-70 season. Elly is probably the only player that could potentially average something like that.
I know, that's the thing. I think everyone's like, he could do that.
But he probably won't.
But he probably won't.
Yeah, but that's what the hobby's all about.
I know.
He could, but but he probably won't.
Well, and we'll probably be sitting here in September, and he's probably chasing like 60-60.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah. What else has been in the news? Well, news surfaced that Nico Harrison offered Luka Doncic to the Wolves first in exchange for Anthony Edwards, as well as the Bucks in exchange for Giannis Antetokounmpo before offering him to LA. Now, I thought this was interesting because he says that they always felt that they were an elite defensive big man away. Mm-hmm. If that was the case, then why did you ask for Ant? Why did you try to trade him for Ant, another ball-hungry guard out of the backcourt?
Just a wing, yeah.
So, like, to me, that kind of debunks completely the theory that they really thought it was big man, all-star defensive or bust for them. Like, the Mavs just didn't like Luka. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's 100% what it is. What else has made the news? Travis Hunter is in the news for stating in an interview that what he does as a two-way player in football is more challenging than what Shohei Ohtani does in baseball as a two-way player. So first of all, I'll lead off with this. I think Travis Hunter can't really speak on this yet, considering what he is doing has been against 18-year-old boys and like young men, right, that are not the best in the world.
Not quite, no.
If Travis Hunter wants to go to the NFL and win a few MVPs, maybe a Super Bowl, play both sides of the ball at Pro Bowl level, then I think we can have this conversation. But for me, at the end of the day, no one cares what you did in college, for the most part, right? Unless you like pulled a Leitner moment.
Yeah, all time.
Right? Or you win like a national championship, which he did neither. No, right? He did win a Heisman.
He got the Heisman.
He did win a Heisman, but like no one, cool. Like winning a Heisman, guess what? Irrelevant at the next level. No one cares.
Yeah.
Shadur Sanders also was in the news for saying like, you don't think I can come to an NFL franchise and change a program again? ? It's history. We done it again. It's always gonna repeat itself. This generation's youth is truly professional at talking the talk and then probably stepping on a rake in the backyard 5 seconds later and getting hit by the handle.
Ouch.
Like, we got to have some humility, right? Like, you can be confident, but not stupid, right? Any thoughts on some of the quotes in the news or any of the news that surfaced about Luka?
Yeah, the Dallas one I'll go quickly with. At this point, they're just sort of talking. They're doing whatever they can just to like fully be like, we didn't like him. We wanted a defensive big man. We didn't love Luka's reliability, so we traded for Anthony Davis, who got hurt after one game. Right, if we're talking about Mr. Street Clothes here.
Right.
We wanted the defensive big. Well, actually, the news about Anthony Edwards and all that is crazy because supposedly the report was first. They didn't talk to anyone else. It was only Rob Pelinka and the Lakers.
Right. Apparently, clearly.
Because if someone else had heard about this, they would have nixed it, or like everyone else would have been like, yeah, obviously we're gonna. So
we'll make you an offer.
So now they're just talking out of both sides of the mouth, trying to avoid. Yeah. It's actually a little disgusting, the length. If you didn't like him, then just don't like him and live with the decision you make.
Right.
I'll just stick with that.
Right.
I get it. He's not in great shape, but he is. We came on these airwaves talking about the NBA Finals and his run to the finals. Like, it's tough to let that guy out your door.
It is.
So he was coming up on the Supermax. Like, he was coming up. I get it if you just didn't believe that who he was as a person, work ethic, whatever, didn't deserve a Supermax.
Yeah, but he also just led you to the finals last year.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Like, do people really think that roster is an Anthony Davis away from overcoming the Mavericks?
Right.
Or, sorry, the Celtics?
Right.
No. They were a Luka Doncic with someone else.
Yeah.
The Colorado players thing is a lot. Yes, he won the Heisman. But I would even argue that Ashton Genty, the running back out of Boise State, had the better season when you go stats over stories.
Yeah.
I will not lie. The Colorado stuff was too much to handle for me, and I can't really speak on Travis Hunter really as a player. Like, I think he's probably a really good receiver and a really good DB, and not a Pro Bowl receiver and a Pro Bowl DB.
Yeah.
But maybe he is. I also am not sure he can do it at the pro level. TBD, right? That's not.
I mean, yeah. Also, if you don't think these guys are gonna get knocked around,
right?
Like for the mouth that's on them.
And receivers are better than they've ever been. Like it's tough. Like DBs are very good, but it's never been harder to play the defensive backfield in the NFL. Not only did he not have a moment, not only did he not win a national title, they didn't win a conference title. No. They didn't even play for a conference title.
They didn't do anything.
But
in college,
Daniel Jeremiah, who I think is the best talent evaluator and scout or draft guy in the biz, does have Travis Hunter going third overall. So you know what? I'll go with that.
We'll see how the pro career pans out. We will.
Shedeur, I think very, very low of.
Yeah, we've talked about this.
If my daddy, so his quote is, "We've come in and changed programs." If my father came in and changed everything for my success, their offensive line is terrible. And part of that is because they don't run the ball. It's Shedeur's going to drop back every single time, and these amazing D linemen are like, okay, they're going to pass. I'm going to pin my ears back and go get Shedeur. And they got him blown up. If everything was set up for my success, like he even came in and kicked out everyone that was in the quarterback room already, were they good? Not really, but Shedeur didn't have to earn anything.
No.
I would like to think that you would have a modicum more success than what Shedeur Sanders had.
Yeah, you would think.
Try beating a good team first before you start running all these chats.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like
exactly.
Win a conference title at the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Like I'll give him the credit. He took all the sacks, he took the hits, he stood in there, he made the throws. But I'm sorry. Someone in the comments go in there and tell me where I'm wrong, that he didn't accomplish jack.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
With it all being catered to his success.
Yeah, exactly. So what better than reviving Tops now with Tops How for this week?
My greatest accomplishment.
Yeah, we'll put both of them on the screen for you. How's that? Nico Harrison, you are card number 1 on Tops How for this week. This is, I've heard his latest Instagram photo. Me with all the fans, signed Nico Harrison. And then, of course, we've got Shedeur and Travis Hunter. What's that? Oh, look, it's a rake.
Oh.
I'm just going to step on it, right?
That's good synergy.
But that'll wrap things up for this week's episode of the Hobby Headquarters. If you enjoyed the show, smash that like button, drop a comment below. We actually read them, unlike your ex. Oh.
Damn. Stop messaging her.
And don't forget to subscribe. Or him. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It really helps us because our self-esteem is directly tied to the subscriber count, obviously.
True.
But thanks for stopping in, and we'll see you tomorrow on Hot in the Hobby. I'm Mr. Hollywood. That's Joe Nasty, and we're officially clocking